Welcome to Maroon Talk, the segment dedicated for anything and everything UP fighting Maroons. Here we go with another State of the UAAP episode, So 2. And if you haven't heard, and if you have been living under a rock, yesterday, the UE Red Warriors upset the DLSU Green Archers, defending champions DLSU Green Archers. And now let's try to do a statistical breakdown of that game yesterday. If you haven't watched the game, it's worth watching out for. Watching out more. Sulit siyang panoorin ulit. Probably could be the game of the season so far. Yes, as I was saying, UE beat LaSalle 75-71. This is their fourth game of UAP season 87. And yes, you cannot deny that that was an upset on the side of LaSalle because as defending champions, they are really not expected to lose against these lowly teams. Just as how they have been beaten since like season 85 by this UE team. Okay, try to do a statistical breakdown at least for this game. And the disclaimer, nakanood ako ng game coming off dinner. I saw the end of the first quarter stating that UE was up 28-11 at the end of the first over LaSalle. Okay, so I was quite shocked seeing that scoreline at the end of the first quarter. Come the second quarter, LaSalle outscored UE 27 points to 14. And it was pretty much even in the second half. Okay. So glaring stats, let's run through it one by one. At least try. But talking about turnovers, pretty much the same. Actually, the same. They both committed 19 turnovers. Assists, 19 for LaSalle, 16 for UE. Rebounds, 41 for LaSalle, 38 for UE. Whether it be offensive or defensive, it's split down the middle still. 13 offensive rebounds for LaSalle, 11 offensive rebounds for UE, 28 defensive rebounds for LaSalle, 27 for UE. Steals, dead even again. 13 steals for LaSalle, 13 steals for UE. Fouls, 31 for UE, 20 for LaSalle. 31 for UE, 20 for LaSalle. And I'll leave it at that. Now, let's head on over to field goal percentage. For the field goal percentage, LaSalle made 25 out of 58 attempts, which gave them 43% field goal shooting. While UE made 26 field goals compared to 62 attempts. 4 more than LaSalle. Four more attempts compared to LaSalle with 41.9% field goal shooting. So still, again, dead even on this statistic. But here we go now. Let's head on over to the 3-point percentage and the free throw percentage. From downtown, LaSalle shot 2 out of 16 3-pointers. That's 12%, 12.5% to be exact, if I may. For UE made 12 3-pointers out of 30 attempts. UE made 10 more 3-pointers than LaSalle. UE attempted 14 more 3-pointers compared to LaSalle. UE shot 30 attempts and LaSalle only attempted 16 3-pointers. Okay. Moving over now to the free throw percentage. Check this. LaSalle attempted 35 free throws, converting only 19. I will repeat that. LaSalle attempted 35 free throws, converting only 19. That is a measly 54.3% free throw percentage as a team. While UE attempted 20 free throws, converting only 11. Also a measly 55% from UE. So if we think about it, both teams not capitalizing on their free throw attempts. Most especially LaSalle not capitalizing on 35 free throw attempts given to them on a silver platter. Let that sink in. And if you go player by player, most attempts on the LaSalle side came from Carl Kevin Kiambao, making 4 out of 10 free throws this game. 40% from the free throw line. Up next, with the most free throw attempts on this game, surprisingly, EJ Guliena. He was one of the bright spots for this LaSalle team in this game, making 6 out of 7 free throws. Up next, we have 3 players with 4 free throw attempts each. Mike Phillips was 1 out of 4 from free throws. Henry Agunane was 2 out of 4 for free throws. Raven Gonzalez made 3 out of 4 free throws. And the rest, Boris Marasigan, 2 out of 3. JC Makalalag with 1 out of 1. And Earl Abadam, 0 out of 2 from the free throw line. Again, 19 out of 35 for Lasal in terms of free throws. Talking about UE naman, okay, yeah. Let's go there as well. You have John Abate, whatever his name is, converting 5 out of 6 free throws. Gerard Wilson converting 4 out of 5 free throws. Precious Momoway only making 1 out of 6 attempts from the free throw line. Devin Fikes making only 1 out of 3 attempts from the free throw line. Both having free throw woes in this game. And if you think about LaSalle, had they converted what? Let's just say 5 more. Or let's just say those last 2 free throws given to Kevin Cambao to force overtime at the end of the game. Could have been a different story heading into the clutch. So yes, pretty much the story of the game. Biggest lead for each team. LaSalle led at 2-0. That being their biggest lead. While UE, again, end of the first quarter, was up 17, 28-11, which was pretty much their biggest lead. For the perimeter points, 42 for UE, 10 for LaSalle, as discussed with the 3-point percentage earlier. Fast break points, 14 for LaSalle, 10 for UE. Again, quite split down the middle considering the steals, the turnovers, and the assists. Starters points, 44 for UE, 35 for LaSalle. Contributing to that is again John Abate with 20 points at the end of this game. Maga as well. And Momoway, of course. But mostly John Abate. There was only one lead change, and that was it. Second chance points, 9 for each team. Points off turnovers, 23 for each team. Bench points 36 for LaSalle, 31 for UE. So yeah, that's pretty much it. 3-point percentage and free throws pretty much decided the game since everything else was constant. So this UE team living up to their name as living and dying by the three, living up to their identity at least for the past few seasons. That's what happened. And yeah, luckily for them, they were able to pull through, make their shots from downtown, and maintain the lead. Down the stretch, there were questionable calls for LaSalle. So if we think about it, LaSalle had all the chances to come back from this game, all the way up to the final minute, with UE not taking care of the ball properly in terms of securing the win, with the refs calling questionable calls down the stretch, with Ethan Galang fouling a Kevin Cambao for two crucial free throws. Pero personally, I would actually take that and let Cambao earn that two free throws late in the game. Siguro yung naging problema lang talaga was that it was too early to give up a foul in that situation. But and then luckily KQ missed both free throws to force overtime. Hence having giving UE a better chance of winning this game. And eventually, after all the unnecessary uh, actions done during that final minute, they still pushed through, pulled through, and got the win at the end of the game. Clutch free throws by the dude who finished the game for UE. If I'm not mistaken, was that Abate or Galang? Securing those two free throws at the end. Correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember properly. But yeah, giving them a 4-point cushion for the final possession of the game, which was enough to ice that game actually. And at the end of that, the final inbound, they just let it go, and which was the correct thing to do. Having a 4-point lead with no time remaining. Yeah, yun lang. Lucky break for UE. Again, actually, congrats to UE. A super Sunday for UE. Their women's team broke the 40-game losing streak facing LaSalle today as well. Their high school volleyball team also getting a win. Also, their junior high school basketball team getting a win, leaving them at the top of the standings for the junior high school basketball tournament with 4-0 as well. So that if you are a UE fan, UE alumnus, student, coach, player, congrats to you guys. You guys deserve that amazing Sunday yesterday. And yeah, hopefully you guys continue to to get success from your teams. It's nice to see having that type of competition here in the UAP as well. I mean, as you've been mentioning, each season we don't uh like seeing teams going winless in a season. You just get to bash opponents, pero at the end of the day, as a UAP fan, we love to see good competition being played, whether it be in football, swimming, basketball, tennis, whatever sport it may be. We all love healthy competition, and upsets like these really make the UAP great. Kaya, yeah, again, nice to see this type of game. Again, I would call it probably the game of the season by far for UAP season 87. So let's see what happens. I think LaSalle is will be facing UST and the FEU up next. Not sure about UE, but they have 2 wins already early on in the season. That's a good start for them, I would consider. If they continue to perform like this each and every game, their opponents will be very in for a tough challenge. Okay. Uh Talking about UE players, Abate again, as I mentioned, 20 points. Lingo Lingo with 18 points, 6 3-pointers for him. Jared Wilson with 10. Galang with 7. Maga with 7. Momoway with just 5 actually, but he had 12 rebounds. Dumont, 5 points. And yeah, that's it. So if they score like this, if they make their 3-pointers, wonders will happen for this UE Red Warriors team. So, again, it goes to show na walang team this season na patapon. Any team could upset any team. Just as long as they get to provide this type of effort, game in and game out. If they do their best, they have the possibility to upset teams, get wins, and be competitive in the season. Talagang just have to work hard, show up, and provide a different type of effort every game. Right? How about you guys? Comment down below what you guys think of this upset by UE over LaSalle. How do you expect LaSalle to bounce back from this? Will UE um, continue this streak? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. It would be an honor. And maraming salamat po. This has been State of the UAAP by Maroon Talk. See you guys in the next game. Peace.